Howdy all, Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Man. Didn't realize I had a nice little view here of the river. Alright, I'm gonna finish, hopefully, filling this part in, and then we're gonna get down there and get back to work with my broke knee and my infection. I don't think I've picked up any... Dude, I've got like nothing. Alright. We'll go hit some houses over here. See how things are going. Oh man, I have been enjoying immensely Abiotic Factor. Abiotic Factor. There are some things I maybe don't like about it, but for the most part, it's been quite enjoyable so far. My only problem with it is, I was actually playing it right before this, and I got to a spot, I'm like, ugh, I need a break. Is the distance you have to travel. There's not a great way to there's not a great way to get back and forth between the different sections. I guess if you've never heard of Abiotic Factor, we should probably start with talking about what that is. So Abiotic Factor is a kind of a retro graphic it's basically like a survival game like this, but set in Half-Life. With, I don't know, Half-Life, it's better than Half-Life graphics. I don't remember what Half-Life 2 looked like. It might be Half-Life 2 style graphics. Am I missing how to get in this place? Come on. That was weird. I thought I'd crouch down, but it wouldn't let me in there. And then I went back, and I was crouched down, and then I crouched down and just walked back through it, so... I feel like my my spear attacks are not hitting. Like, clearly they're hitting, but they don't feel like they're hitting. What is going on? I must need some points in it. Or something. Okay, those didn't hit. There we go. That was weird. Up there in the attic, it didn't feel like they were reacting to being hit by the spears at all. Alright, let's see if there's some points I can put into this. Spear mastery. Nope. Perception. Yep. Spear mastery. Nope. Why can't I put points into spear mastery? Oh, perception level 3. Okay. Let's see. Salvage operations. Nope. Okay. Hunter. Lucky Looter. Lucky Looter's a good one. I was looking for, what's the, it's this one, right? This one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one I need points in. To find tool books faster, which is, you know, an important thing. So yeah, so abiotic factor, I say abiotic, but I'm pretty sure it's abiotic. It might not be, but I think it's abiotic. Abiotic. It's, okay. Something's weird in this house. Go. Like, yes, I got a little stunned by that guy, but when I was on that bed, it felt like I was moving through quicksand. But then as soon as that guy was dead, it no longer felt like I was moving through quicksand. I'm not sure what's happening in this building. That fight there, I know I died, but, you know, that one felt normal. Okay, when I said near my bed, I meant, you know, within sight of, not 100 miles away. Whatever, I can loot 100 miles away. Yeah, and so, basically, if you've ever played the original Half-Life, you start off and you already work at the company, and so you start off on the tram that is taking you to work, and so this definitely is pulling a lot from Half-Life. Like it's inspired by Half-Life, and so when it starts, it's your first day at work, and you're in a Jeep, and they're driving you to the hidden base. And then the tutorial section. Dang, that guy just beat the crap out of me here. The problem is I was in like iron and steel armor before, and I could take a couple of hits without it really bothering me. And now I'm not, and I gotta get used to not being hit again. Who are we kidding? I'm never gonna not be hit. But yeah, and so you get in there and you go through tutorial, and they teach you about catching creatures with a net, which I don't do. I probably should, but I don't. Actually, you know what? A spear is my current primary weapon in Abiotic Factor as well. And uh and so when you finish the tutorial, you get in the elevator to take you down to the residency section, which is, you know, where everybody stays. And And so when you get down there, you don't make it. The elevator stops at the cafeteria level because things are going wrong, and you are supposed to be evacuated to the cafeteria, and so that's where your elevator stops. And there's one guy in the cafeteria, and then there's this other guy trying to get into the cafeteria, and he's like, "Yeah, that guy wants me to open the door for him, but I'm not really a fan, you know, so he can find some other way in on his own, or maybe you can go help him." And so then it involves you, you know, doing a little bit more tutorial stuff where you like gotta go in and um figure out how to break into the vents and, you know, craft stuff and stuff like that. And so it's pretty fun. But I hit this spot that's like the just an amazing spot for a base, and I I haven't seen another spot that's as good as this one spot for a base in the entire game so far. And so I've been continually just running out from this one spot, and I'm getting farther and farther away, it feels like. um and so it takes me like 10 minutes to run back out to where I last got killed or where I need to go. And I'm having problems getting the materials to make it easier on myself for moving back and forth. And so um um and so I've been looking for the materials necessary. Or I need to go dump off this stuff. Because it's I don't know, I think the recipes in it are pretty fun. They like you're trapped in this laboratory, you know, well, not laboratory, you're trapped in this underground base, which includes a laboratory. And some weird creatures. It's supposed to be a little inspired by SCP and Half-Life, and on top of that, it's a survival game, and I'm really, really, you know, digging that stuff. It's pretty fun. And so, um, uh, oh, what's this? Why is this so much worse than what I'm wearing, except for the heavy armor rating? Oh, that's why it's worse, because it's heavy armor. Weird. Okay, let's wear that, because armor good. Um, and so, uh, yeah, I don't know. I just it's a lot of the recipes, like I said, are really fun. So like you start the game with nothing basically, and and so everything you got, everything you make is made from scraps of other things. And so like I've got not now, I'm past that point, but when you first start, you're like making armor out of duct tape and magazines, right? I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a fun little concept. And then like a chess piece out of a cafeteria tray and books and duct tape, right? So you've got to find those things, right? And collect all that stuff. And so I mean, it's laying around. It's all over the place. It's not super difficult to find it for the most part. Um, I say, as I mentioned, that I was struggling to find certain ingredients. I need a is it campfire? Campfire. Okay. Campfire. There. Woo-hoo. Okay. Pot. I don't have any of that. Alright. Forge would be a thing I need. Forge. Which requires level 5 in workstations. Alright. Yeah, we gotta get back out there and find books. What I really need is to find a better place to loot from, I think. I haven't found anything yet, but I also haven't traveled very far. Should probably hold off until I get a bicycle. It's gonna be some distance. Probably to move along. Where was that building I was working on? Oh, it's this one right here, right? But one of the problems I'm currently facing is that I need staplers. Because staplers are one of the crafting materials, and I feel like I've looted all the staplers. And sometimes the crafting materials are really hard to get your hands on. I also need, so because it's a little SCP-ish, like the base you're in is like this containment facility for weird artifacts and creatures that have been found, right? So that's like SCP. And so I have run into a creature that you can't touch and you can't kill. Oh. Dude, you're so slow. But I have unlocked the recipe for the X-ray tower because it's affected by X-rays. And so I've got a turret thing that you plug in, and it will lock onto and shoot the thing with X-rays. Yeah, let's go. And then it will drop. Oh, you know what? There's an open door right here. It will drop essence of Leak, I think is what it's called. And so I need more of that. But there is plant growing, farming in the game, and unfortunately, I have a tendency to forget to water my dang plants, and then they die. And so now I'm at this point where the Leak will show up if you eat this one plant that I was growing. And but now I've let that plant die, and so now it's like every 3 to 4 hours it will come to where you're at. And so I don't know how long it's gonna be before he shows up again, and I need to get him over by my base so I can lead him in front of the stationary turret that I have to have plugged in, because I need a Leak essence to make the portable version of the gun so that when the Leak shows up when I'm out exploring, I can get rid of him. So that's my current fighting with that. But I do feel like I don't know where these guys are. I just hear a bunch of zombies, and it sounded like they were above me. I thought they would be downstairs, but they sounded like they were above me, and I was afraid they were going to come in from behind me. Oh. What was that noise? Oh, it broke. Okay. I thought it was the breaking noise, but when I looked down at my hotbar, my... whatever the... is that my health bar? I don't know what that green bar is. Is that my stamina? What is that? It's like a green bar and a blue bar at the bottom of my hot bar. I don't know what they are, and I got confused thinking it was the health of my weapon, which is clearly not. Also, it's not my health. It's not my XP. Is it food and water? It must be food and water. Oh, there's so many guys in here. I just want to explore and loot. But so the base is pretty big, and so I'm currently struggling with the fact that I like my base where it's at because it has a charger, because some of your weapons are battery based and they have to be placed on these chargers. I can make a charger now, a portable charger that I can put down in any base anywhere. But you need you have to have a bathroom that you can get to. It's pretty close to a water source. It's pretty close to a main travel hub. It's it's got a gate that you can close to keep out bad guys, which is a big deal to me. You know, so there's a lot of stuff going on with the old territory I'm in. That I don't. It can't stop the Layak though, because that dude can. I don't know. And when I went on the wiki to see how the Layak spawns, because I was confused as to how I could fight it like 4 or 5 times in a few minutes and then not see it at all for hours. Apparently, it's because I ate that fruit. Well, I knew the fruit was attracting it. I just didn't realize that the fruit was also making it spawn faster, which is what I currently need. But I don't have any eyes. I need the essence from the Layak to put in a machine to get a new seed for the plant that attracts the Layak. But I also need the Layak essence to make the anti-Layak weapon. So I need that dude to show up again. There's also a really annoying creature. Whatever's happened, and I still am not sure what's happened. There's computers. I may have missed some stuff because it turns out you have to when you turn on some of the computers are active. Not all of the computers. A lot of the computers are just there to break to get parts out of, and I can't fight on stairs, and so. But some of them will have a specific screen that lets you know that you can interact with them and check the emails. And I didn't realize that you have to open the attachments. Like, I would open all the emails. I've opened every computer email that I've come across. But what I haven't done is I haven't... Get back. You die? Pay attention. You have to open the attachments, which are usually just a picture, and let the picture fully load before you get whatever the email is talking about. So if the email is mentioning some kind of recipe, you have to click on the picture that comes with it and let the picture open fully, because it's Right, it's not like modern day technology, and so the emails take a bit to download the images. And so I may have missed uh some dang recipes somewhere in there. I don't know. Like I know I've got some recipes that take some things that I don't know how to make. And a lot of the recipes you just get from okay, well this was a disappointing house. Oh, and so like there's these orbs that appear at night sometimes. And I have a bunch of recipes that require the orbs, but I never got a recipe on how to capture the orbs. They show them in like a flask, like one of those triangular chemistry flasks. But I don't know how to make that. I don't know how to capture them. I need to try it with a test tube. I haven't tried it with a test tube. And then I have a few recipes currently calling for some gel. And I feel like it's got to come from some of the stuff I have. But I don't seem to be able to make the gel. And I don't recall ever reading anything about the gel. So I must have missed a computer somewhere, or I just haven't got to the point where they explain it to me yet. A lot of the recipes, though, you just get when you pick up an item. So, like you pick up a wooden plank, and suddenly you get a bunch of ideas about how to use a wooden plank. And then some of the recipes, you have to get several related items, and then it will let you go into like this little. I wouldn't straight up call it a mini game, but it's kind of like a puzzle. Although sometimes there's only enough pieces to fit the puzzle, so that's not really much of a puzzle. And so you have to slide the correct items into place, and then click on this giant brain at the bottom, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, I get it," And so sometimes you get recipes that way, but sometimes you have to get them from the computer. Sometimes you just get them. Sometimes you have to get enough and then do the brain puzzle. Sometimes you have to get them from the computer. And the ones you have to get from the computer, I feel like I might be missing some. Okay, I can primitive armor level 2. Coffins. Okay, nice. Bedroom coffins. Got a lumberjack hat. Which improves wood harvesting. Ooh. Oh, nice. Toolbook. Got me up to 3. Sure will take that, man. Oh, look at that. I cleared a place. Yeah, and then like I said, the distances though are crazy, and the whole place is like interconnected, so I'm always worried that I'm gonna move my base and then find out that my original spot was okay. I wish I could draw in here. Basically it's like that's my base, and then there's a hallway that runs out and then down a ramp, and then I had to get the parts to open this big door, and then like this is This is the working section, the workshop section. And so you do all this stuff in the workshop section, and it's quite a haul down through these tunnels. But from my base, if you go this way, just right, like right next to it, is the tram station. And so eventually you unlock the tram that takes you from here to here. And you're like, okay, so I got the tram. Well, then, lots of things are locked. You've got to get the right keys. You got to you got to make the machines to unlock the doors. You got to crawl around coming from the other side and unlock doors. And so now I've got another tram that goes someplace else, which I don't remember where that tram goes. I'm going to have to take it and go explore that area. But so now I've moved from there, and so from this tram station, if I go down a little bit other hallway, and then I go down these really long corridors, then I reach the labs, right? But then from the labs, which also connect into the workshop through this place in the middle called the Synchrotron, uh, the labs have now connected to the labs also connect to the holding area, and then the holding area is now connecting to this whole other section. And so I've just made it into this whole other section, but now this section is so far away from my original base. And I feel like there's some tram stations I don't have unlocked yet because you have to come at them from the opposite direction. And so if I could just find another spot that's as good as my base way back here, I'd love it. But currently what I do is I run out and down and go over here, and then I run down all these hallways into here, and then I cross through here over to here, and now I'm crossing back way over to here. But I just got a teleporter made that will teleport me back to my base. And so if I can get a second one of those set up, but it takes the essence from that Layak, and so I really need that Layak to come out and annoy me for a while, so I can get a bunch of essences. Oh, and you also have to get like CPUs off of the robots, and so I just got a weapon that's really capable of taking out the robots, so that just got a little easier. And taking out the Layak is actually pretty easy now as well. It just doesn't appear often enough because there's just one Layak. And there's like soldiers running around in there, and there's like little spiky pillbug guys that jump in the air and fling at you, and there's like these dog monsters, and there's like bipedal they kind of look like the guys from Stranger Things a little bit, but they also kind of look like the guys from Half-Life a little bit. And there's like different versions of those, and it's pretty fun. I can't find enough staplers currently, and I can't find an easier way to travel. I did just make some bionic legs that let me move faster, which is helping. But it would be nice if there was a more centralized tram line I could take from place to place as I unlocked each section. Or, I'm probably supposed to move my base and I just don't want to. There is that. One nice thing, though, just real quick before I finish here, is they do have trolleys that you can put on the ground and then load up with stuff. So it does make it a little easier to move things. Speaking of moving things, yes, I do have a full inventory. All right. Well, I got one place cleared today, so that's not too bad. I only died once, so that's not too bad. And, yeah, I really feel like I don't think this is going to be a great area to loot, is my problem. I need better places to loot. I might have to hoof it. I don't remember what the map looks like. I definitely don't want to go north. Down here is the wasteland. So I don't know if I should go east or west. I might go east down this road and see if that'll take me to it doesn't have to be a city, but I could definitely use something more town-like with some stores in it. I need a bookstore. We'll get there. All right, with that, you burn the small things, lean to the light. I will talk to you later.